Hello, everyone. It's your favorite Alpha. I feel ridiculous just saying that, but yeah. Today I want to talk about that time I yelled at my great grandma, aka my bisabuela, aka Mama Nena, which is what we called her. And honestly, guys, this is I don't even remember this event. This is what my mom had told me had happened. So basically, my great grandmother from my mother's side, from my mother's side, so my grandmother's side, came to visit us in Florida one time, from Guatemala, which is where I'm from. And uh um yeah, I mean, she, I think, was born in the early 1920s, um or the late 19 teens. So she probably would have been in her like um early to mid 80s at this point. An old woman and stuff like that, and she came to visit us. And one time, um I guess, me and my brothers, again, it's a household of three guys. I don't know. I didn't grow up in the same household as my sister because she stayed in Guatemala. Uh, so I don't know if girls also do this with their siblings, but I mean, we would just randomly like go at each other, like beat each other up, and because my brothers thankfully didn't see me as different, pretty much, and weren't in the custom or habit to make excuses for me. They would, as all brothers do, kind of, or siblings, like mess with me and stuff like that, and I would be included in these like fights where we would just pile on each other and start slapping and hitting each other. Um, and apparently, when my when my mama nena saw that, she would be like, "No, no, van a lastimar al enfermito," which means, "No, no, you're gonna hurt the little sick boy," because that's what I was to her. Or really, not just me, like any disabled person to her was enfermito or enfermita. We were sick, and apparently, and like, here's the thing, guys. I didn't realize I was this much of an alpha. But, but I told, apparently, and again, I don't remember this, but apparently I told her, no, que no soy enfermo, solo soy especial. And I'm like, and I told her that, no, I'm not sick, I'm just special, as in like special needs. And I mean, yeah. Once again, I didn't know, bro. How is that not an alpha move, bro? Telling your great grandmother that she's wrong. But honestly, guys, because I was a kid, I didn't understand that like she was an old lady. She grew up in a different time. Obviously, it's still not a correct assumption to make, and it's unfortunately all too common in minority and non-minority communities, especially. Be like, for example, I like this has happened to me with Latinos only in both Guatemala and the United States. They kind of sometimes if they see me, either one of two things will happen. Either they will ask to pray for me or quote unquote lay hands on. I think that's how you would say it in English, me, and pray for me, or they just straight up give me money for no reason. And it's kind of like, well, why are you complaining? It's free money. But it's like, it's so demeaning, right? Because it's like, they think I'm less than them. They pity me, and I don't think that's right. There's a time for pity for sure, and I know it comes from a good place, and I know it's because they don't understand, but it's still not right. Um, and in the case of my um great grandmother, like she was from Chiquimula, guys. Chiquimula is a rural area. It's like she and I'm pretty sure my great grandmother was illiterate. Apparently, like my great grandfather would read the Bible to her, and she memorized the Bible, guys. That's hard. That goes so crazy, and I'm guessing it was Reina Valera, which is the like kind of like the standard Spanish translation. That's the one I grew up reading, uh, alongside the NIV and KJV in English. Um, but yeah, I mean that's the context. But again, I just thought it was a funny story, guys. All right, thank you so much for listening to my alpha male story. Bye.